Hello and welcome to Clash of the Dice. I'm James.
I'm Joshua.
And this is episode 5 of our Age of Sigmar Skirmish campaign, in which we are following the exploits of Dwanbor, the ether chemist from... I've decided that he's going to come from the skyport of Barak Urbaz, just because I've only just bought the battle tome. And that's the one that A, suits the colour scheme I've chosen, and B, I like the sound of for their extra abilities and stuff like that they can use in game. So anyway, yes, Dwanbor, the ether chemist, survived a sky vessel crash at night in the fog, and all of his followers got scattered across a valley through the canyons. And as Dwanbor has managed to get some more of the survivors together, he's working their way back towards a pickup point, hopefully some kind of rendezvous point that will take them back to the skyport, and they're managing to catch up with other survivors along the way. But all the way through they're being dogged by
Khorne Bloodbound.
Some blood-crazed psychopaths.
And these guys particularly don't like dwarves or Dwarden, whatever. They really don't like him. So much so they've been chasing them throughout their adventure, in quotation marks.
Yeah, you think anybody else would have given up by now, but I think it's purely because they are blood-crazed psychopaths that they haven't given up yet. So yeah, this is the next instalment, so let's see how they get on. This is the warband for the next encounter, and we have Dwanbor, our hero ether chemist, and he has got the command trait which allows him to re-roll hit rolls of 1, and he's also got the artifact which is the blessed amulet, which gives him +1 wounds. So on top of the 2 Arcanauts, the 4 Thunderers and the 3 Sky Wardens who had already joined him, he's now joined by another Thunderer armed with an ether cannon and 6 more Arcanauts. We've got an Arcanaut captain here, company captain, with his volley pistol and his Arcanaut cutter. We've got 3 regular Arcanauts with cutters and pistols. We've got another Arcanaut with a volley gun, giving us 2 volley guns. We can have a maximum of 3 of those. And we've got another Arcanaut armed with a light skyhook.
Okay, so this is now my warband. Since last game, I've gotten myself another regular Bloodletter, the Bloodletter Standard Bearer, who's got a gore-drenched icon, and the Hornblower. Since last game, I got the artifact Blessed Amulet, but only for this game. So that gives Farrell, his name is Farrell, an extra wound, and he also has the Soul Silver Blade, which is on his whip, which means he can re-roll wound rolls. And then he's got +1 to wound rolls.
Yeah, he's Merciless Killer command ability. Okay, and because of the difference in renown, you now have, as an underdog bonus, 5 rerolls.
5.
Because the Cavalier Overlords have got much more renown than the Khorne Bloodbound. So, let's move into the scenario. Having survived their encounter at the Magic Circle, Dwanbor and his faithful band of comrades continue their journey along the road, and they come across a ruined building wherein are encamped some more survivors. There's some Arcanauts with a Thunderer, and they're only too happy to meet up with their beloved ether chemist, and they're going to rejoin their forces as they prepare for the next encounter. This is the Assassinate scenario from the main Age of Sigmar Skirmish rulebook, and because I won the previous battle, and this is the campaign, I am automatically deemed to be the target, and Joshua is automatically deemed to be the attackers. So Joshua has to assassinate Dwanbor, and if he manages to assassinate Dwanbor and not lose Phil, then Joshua gets a major victory. If he assassinates Dwanbor but Phil dies, then he gets a minor victory. If at the end of 5 battle rounds Dwanbor is still alive and has not suffered more than 3 wounds or mortal wounds, I win a major victory. If he's still alive but he has suffered 3 wounds or mortal wounds, then I get a minor victory. Now at the start of this, because again we are playing the campaign, Dwanbor gets D3 extra wounds, so extra health. So just quickly roll this die, see what that is, because we haven't done that yet. And he gets 1 extra. So with his blessed amulet, he's now up to 7 wounds that Joshua has to get through. And just to remind ourselves, Joshua has also got a blessed amulet on Phil. So Phil is now up to, how many wounds has Phil got now? Is that 6?
6, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, 6 wounds for Phil,
Yes.
7 wounds for Dwanbor. Deployment within this square, and it's up to the outside edge of the square, that's the deployment zone for the Karajan Overlords. It's a 12-inch square right in the middle of the battlefield. Joshua had a 3-inch deployment zone that extends around all 4 edges of the battlefield, but he's only decided to take up positions on 2 of them. Dwanbor is not allowed outside of the deployment zone. Phil is, but Dwanbor isn't. Dwanbor has to stay inside that 12-inch square. I managed to finish setting up first, so I get to choose whether to go first or second, and I think I'm going to choose to go first. I'm tempted to go for the double turn, but with them being so close this time round, I think I want to go for, yeah, they're definitely going to be within charge range on their turn, so I want to take the first turn, I think. Dwanbor used his command ability in the hero phase to give his 6-inch bubble of re-rolling hit rolls of 1. Everybody shuffled around a little bit, some repositioning going on after the initial deployment, and we're going to kick things off in the shooting phase. And confession time, I hadn't realised that Dwanbor, because each model is an individual unit, and he's not a hornblower or a musician, standard bearer, his ether chem stability only affects one single model. In the full-on Age of Sigmar, it affects a unit with every weapon type in that unit. It's not every weapon type, full stop. So there may have been a few extra shots going on in the previous battle reports that shouldn't have been there, so apologies for that, but in this one we've rectified it and we'll make sure we do it properly in this game. So moving on to the shooting phase, and I think we're going to give his extra shots to, where is he? There he is. The Grundstock Thunderer with a bird on his shoulder, so he'll get 5 shots with his ether rifle rather than 4. So let's move on to shooting phase. We'll start things off with the gunnery sergeant, so that will be 5 shots from his ether rifle, and we're going to try and assassinate Phil. So this will be 5 shots going into Phil over there. So 5 shots, hitting on 3s, winning on 4s, -1 rend, 1 damage a pop. And re-rolling 1s. And that is 5 hits. Wounding on 4s, and that is 1 wound at -1. So that's a 5 up save.
Yep, 5 up save.
Would you fail? So that's 1 wound gone. Down to
Excellent.
5 wounds already for Phil.
Yep.
And we'll move on to the first Arcanaut volley gun. Now, Arcanauts get +1 to hit against characters, heroes and heroes and monsters, not characters, that's 40k. Heroes and monsters, as long as all of their attacks in that phase are directed against it. So this is going to be 6 shots going into Phil from a volley gun. So this is going to be hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. And that is 3. He shoots a lot better when he's hitting on 4s. 3 shots hit, wounding on 4s, and that is 2 wounds at -1.
No.
That's another wound off.
Another 2 wounds off. To fill both my saves.
Okay. And then onto the second volley gun. Same again, rinse and repeat with the second volley gun. Ooh, that's a lot of shots, and that's 4 hit, wounding on 4s.
And you get 1 wound. That's 3 wounds.
That's 3 wounds at -1.
Not a single save again.
Phil falls. Well, that makes my life considerably easier.
Now the most
Sorry about that. Well, I'm not, because I did it on purpose. But yeah, I deliberately, it worked well for me in the last battle, trying to get your bravery down to 5, because now your general's gone. Right, and that's only, was that 3 units that have shot? Yeah, so we've had 1 Thunderer and 2 Arcanauts with volley guns. On the plus side, they're going to be hitting on 5s from now on, instead of 4s. So if that is that, yeah. Look at his little face. He's not happy.
I'm really not happy.
Let's pick another unit. We're going to go for the Sky Warden with his volley gun, and he's going to pop some shots over at the Bloodletters. And we will start with, in fact I think I want to take out that Banner Bearer. So we're going to send all 6 shots into the Banner Bearer, because I don't want reality blinking and you getting models back. 6 shots, hit on 4s, and that is 3 hits. And wounding on 4s, that is 2 wounds, 6 up saves.
There.
Yeah, you do have rerolls.
It's a good point, I do.
Do you want to waste one? Bearing in mind it's a 1 in 6 chance of saving him. Or are you going to save them for charges and stuff? Okay, so that's another one gone. And that's that volley gun shot.
There's a hole where something should be.
There's 2 holes.
Yeah, but that's separating from different species.
We will go for the Skyhook. Light Skyhook going into the Hornblower. 1 shot, hitting on 4s. And that's a miss. We'll go for the Drill Gun, and that's going to try and target the Hornblower. That's 1 shot again, hitting on 4. That's a hit. Yeah. Drill Cannon, wounds on 3s. That's a wound, -3 rend, so you don't get a save, and D3 damage. So it's going to do a minimum of 1. He's only got 1 wound, so that's the Hornblower gun.
He's just got a big hole in his chest now.
I think that's everybody who... Oh no, I've got a Thunderer there. Thunderer hasn't shot yet. Gunnery Sergeant has, but that Thunderer hasn't with the Ether Shot Rifle. So we will go 2 shots into your Bloodletter Champion, I think. So that's 2 shots, hitting on 4s. No, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. And that is 1 hit. 5 and a 2. Wounding on a 4. Nope, doesn't wound. And I think everybody else is out of range. So we're not obviously going to do any charges because nobody's in charge range. If they were in charge range, there'd be lots of pistols shooting and lots of other shorter range weaponry having a go. So, Battle Shock test, Bravery 5, and you've lost... Oh, look at that, that's a 1. Excellent. So you don't lose anybody to Battle Shock. So going into Khorne Bloodbound, turn 1, and if you get the double turn after this, that could be nasty. With the fall of their general, their warband commander, all of the Khorne Bloodbound have surged forwards, and a lot of them are in charge range. They're very long charges, so all of the Bloodletters and the Blood Warriors over there, they've, other than the dude right at the back, they've all got an 11-inch charge, or a lot of them have got 11-inch charge to try and reach this line of Arcanauts. And then these Blood Reavers over here, they're probably about a 10 or 11-inch charge away. So let's find the ones that are within 12 inches, because they're the ones that will be eligible for charging, and make some charge rolls. After expending 2 re-rolls, we've got 2 Blood Warriors and a Bloodletter have managed to complete their charges into the Arcanauts. None of the Blood Reavers completed their charges, and the remaining Bloodletters also failed their charges. So into the combat phase, and we're starting with...
Chaos Champion.
Chaos Champion. What, into the Arcanaut Captain?
Yep.
Okay, so he gets...
3 dice, needing 3s and then 4s.
Hitting on 3s, winning on 4s. So that's 2 hits. No wounds. So now I get to choose someone.
Reroll.
Are you using a win roll there? Reroll.
On the table,
On the
Joshua.
floor. So, no, still fails. So you got 2 rerolls left. I'm going to go with my company captain, and he's going to fight the Bloodletter to his left, because he's within an inch. He doesn't have to go for the nearest model, and he gets 2 attacks, hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s with no rend, with his anchor / Arcanaut cutter. And I'm re-rolling hit rolls of 1. And he fails. So you going for your Bloodletter or your Chaos Warrior? Sorry, Blood Warrior.
Blood Warrior.
Blood Warrior?
Yep, so it's 2 dice, needing 3s, then 4s.
Ooh, both hit.
No!
No wounds. Reroll?
No.
No. Okay, so fighting back with, we'll go for this Arcanaut who's closest to the Bloodletter. So he gets 1 attack with his cutter. Is he going to be as lucky McPlucky over there? So 1 attack, hitting on a 4, wounding on a 4. That's a hit. That's not a wound. So now your Bloodletter.
So this is a 4, then a 3, that I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 1 attack, 4, then a 3. No.
Fail. You're going to reroll? Yeah.
No! Come on!
These rerolls don't like you.
I've never hit with these guys.
Okay, so this Arcanaut is going to pile in. And he's going to attack with his cutter. So 1 attack on a 4. Ooh, that was that one. So that hit. That wounds. No rend, so 5 up save on the Bloodletter. That's a fail.
I've never hit with these guys.
This Arcanaut hasn't fought back yet, has he?
No.
The one next to Lucky McPlucky. So, Arcanaut Cutter hits. Doesn't wound, and then Lucky McPlucky.
Himself.
That's a 1. He can re-roll it. Wounds on a 4. And his streak continues. But does he actually draw blood? So is it 4 up save for a Blood Warrior?
Yeah. It's only because it rolled in the terrain.
Yes, he gets a wound. Lucky McPlucky strikes again.
I don't like Lucky McPlucky.
Right, so Battle Shock phase, you've lost the model. So 5 plus 3, sorry, 3 plus 1 is 4, your bravery is 5, so you don't lose any models. Right, roll enough for the next turn. 5.
Yes!
Oh, dear. Right, this is not going to go well, is it, folks? Right, going on to Khorne Bloodbound, turn 2. So the Blood Warriors have closed in on this flank, and the Bloodletters have surged forwards, and we're going to go on to the charge phase, and these are going to be much shorter charges, so we could see Bloodletters and Blood Warriors and Blood Reavers doing what they do best. I think there's going to be more combat in this next phase than there's been in the entire campaign so far. So let's move on to the charge phase. So only the Bloodthirster champion, sorry, the Bloodletter champion, what is he, a Blood Reaper? I think that's what they're called.
Yeah, Blood Reaper.
Only he managed to complete his charges from the Bloodletters. Bloodletter's not feeling very bloodthirsty, but we've got 4 of the Blood Reavers managed to complete their charges. Who are we attacking first with?
The
Blood Reaper.
Blood Reaper against
An Arcanaut.
an Arcanaut. So he gets 2 attacks this time because he's a champion. Or a Blood Reaper. So, it's 1 hit.
1 hit.
Need a 3 to wound. He wounds!
Okay, and that's 5 upset. Has he got any rend?
-1 rend.
So I need a 6. No, that's a 1.
1 damage.
1 Arcanaut falls.
I hit it! I hit with the Hellblade.
So now I choose a unit to attack with, and I think we'll go for the Custodian against this Blood Reaper. Custodian with his Sky Pike, hitting on 4s, winning on 3s against the Blood Reaver. What's his name?
Oh, that one. I think that's Carsus.
Carsus the Chain. Right. No re-rolling 1s because it's a new phase, so he hasn't had a chance to activate his command ability yet. And
No hits.
so Arnulf is going up against Lucky McPlucky. So
1 dice, needing 4s. No.
and he misses. We'll go for the Arcanaut Captain, Company Captain, going in up against your what is he? Blood Reaver Champion, Blood Warrior Champion,
Chaos Champion.
So that would be 2 attacks, 4s and 4s. No, really need that reroll 1s there.
Snake Eyes.
So yeah, Carriage on Overlords, not good in melee. Your next unit, sir.
Okay, I think we'll go with the Blood Warrior
Blood
against
Warrior.
him.
Yep.
So that's 2 dice needing 3s then 4s, I believe.
Yep. For a Blood, Blood Warrior.
2 dice needing 3s.
1 hit.
Need a 4.
No, doesn't wound. So who hasn't attacked yet? Is that Blood Warrior attack? That's the one that's just attacked, hasn't he? Your Chaos Champion hasn't attacked yet, has he?
No.
And there's neither of these two have attacked.
No. Or him.
Oh yeah, so none of these Blood Reavers. Right, so I think I'll go Lucky McPlucky on Arnulf. So 4s and 4s. No, misses. Blood Reaver next.
No, we're going to go with the Chaos Champion.
Chaos Champion.
3 dice needing 3s.
1
Nope.
hit.
Need a 4. Yep.
1 wound.
Oh, that's
save.
going on him, by the way.
Yeah, I guess it would be. Nope.
That is 1 damage.
Yep, so that takes him out, so then got 1 wound each. Right. Gunbutt going against... Oh, he hasn't attacked, has he?
No.
Gunbutt going against that, so 1 attack hitting on 4s, winning on 5s. Another 1. Right, so he failed.
Okay, I think we'll have Say going in on the decks on this guy. Go with the
Cannon.
the battle cannon.
Ether cannon.
Ether cannon. So he has got a meat ripper axe. So that is forced to hit.
No, misses. So he's going to go, this guy actually, with his gun butt against him. Hits on a 4, which he hits. Wounds on a 5, which he fails.
Okay. Now Targor, there we go, remembered his name, is going against the deck sweeper.
Okay.
He's got Reaver blades.
Yeah.
So 4s.
Misses. And then we'll have guy with the cannon, gun butt against this dude. 4s and 5s. Hits. Doesn't wound.
And then finally Castus is going to attack the Skywarden, I think.
Okay.
Do I get any modifiers because he's flying?
Nope.
Okay. So he's got a meat ripper axe as well, so it's 1 dice needing 4s. No!
Okay, so Battle Shock. Dwanbor has got Bravery of 7, we've lost 2, so on a 6, someone will run away. Nope, they're good. They stand firm. On to Karajan Overlord's turn 2. Hero phase. Dwanbor used his ability to his command ability for re-rolling hit rolls of 1. Now pretty much everybody except for the gunnery sergeant is within 3 inches of an enemy model, which means they can't fall back out of combat, or if they do, they then can't shoot. But with this being Age of Sigmar and not 40k, you can still shoot even though you're in combat, but you have to shoot at the unit that's within an inch of you. So we're going to move on to the shooting phase, and let's see how things go from there. Dwanbor is going to use his Ether Chemist ability to give the Ether Cannon an extra shot. And we will start the shooting action off with the Thunderers. And we'll go for the Deck Sweeper first, so this is going to be D6 shots for 3. And Deck Sweeper hits on 4s, wounds on 4s, and he's shooting at this guy. So that's 2 hit, wounds on 4s, 1 wound, -1 rend, so no save, he goes. We'll move on to the cannon, so this is 2 shots, courtesy of Dwanbor, and this will be 4s, wounding on 2s. 2 1s, re-rolling 1s, and double 1 again. So
Double
that was a
snake
total waste of Dwanbor's ability.
What are the chances of that?
I would like to work it out, but I don't think I can be bothered. The Fart Squirter, D3 attacks for 2, going against this guy. So that will be hitting on 3s. So we get 2s. The enemy of Space Marines. So shooting phase not going so well so far. Right, on to the Gunnery Sergeant, he is going to pump all of his attacks into the Bloodletter Champion. So that'll be 4 shots, hitting on 3s. 4 3s, what are the chances of that? Wounding on 4s. And that's 2 wounds, -1 rend, so 2 6-up saves on your Bloodletter Champion. Nope, Bloodletter Champion goes. Thunderer going into Chaos Champion, so this is be 2 shots, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. And that's 2 hit, wounding on 4s, 1 wound, -1 rend, so 5-up save. Fails, so that's 1 wound onto your Chaos Warrior.
Chaos Warrior or Chaos Champion?
Chaos Champion.
Cool.
So that is all of the Thunderers have fired. I think we'll go for the Sky Wardens next. Custodian with his Vulcanizer pistol gets 1 shot, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, and he's going against this guy. That's a 3, so that's a hit. Wounds on a 3, that's a wound, and that is -1 rend, so no save, 1 damage. The Reaver gets it. Right, we'll go for the volley gun. Sky Warden with a volley gun. He's going to go into the Chaos Champion. So this will be 6 4s and 4s. And that is 4 hits. Wounding on 4s. No wounds. And then finally the drill cannon going into the Chaos Champion. So this will be 4s and 3s. That's a 1, re-rolling 1s. Yep, wounds on 3. That's a wound, -3 rend. So you don't get a save, and that'll do D3 damage. You've only got 1 wound left, so your Chaos Champion falls. And that is all of the Sky Wardens fired. So then on to, we'll go for Dwanbor next. He is going to shoot the big fart gun at this guy. So that'll be 3d6 shots. For 13 shots, I think that Blood Reaver is about to meet a very smelly end. Joshua wants me to film this just in case he survives. So 13 shots. Was 13, wasn't it? 4s and 4s. Re-rolling 1s. And these 2 as well. Nope. So that is 7. Statistically average, more or less. Wounding on 4s. Yeah, -1 rend, -2 rend. He ain't going to save that, so...
Yeah, if by some miracle you have failed that...
Okay, so moving on to the Arcanauts, we'll go for Lucky McPlucky shooting at his assailant. So, Arnulf, is it?
Mm-hmm.
So 2 shots, hitting on 4s. Re-rolling 1s. He hits. Does he wound? No, he doesn't wound.
Not so lucky anymore, are you, Lucky
Still got
McPlucky?
combat phase. This guy going at his assailant. 2 shots, hitting on 4s. Re-rolling 1s. That's a hit. Wounding on 4. That's a wound. No rend. Nope. Takes him down. This Arcanaut shooting at Arnulf. 2 shots. 4s. Both hit. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound. No rend. 6-up save. Arnulf goes as well. Right, so we've cleared the lines. We've managed to force the Chaos back. And we still have 2 ether shot volley guns and a skyhook, a light skyhook to fire. So we will go for the first volley gun going into the leading Bloodletter. So that will be 6 shots, hitting on 5s. That, ooh, 2 1s there, re-rolling the 1s. Nope. So that is 2 hits. Wounding on 4s, 1 wound, -1 rend, so a 6-up save for that Bloodletter. Oh, he survives. Other volley gun, we'll go for the same target. 5s, 2 hits with a 1. 3 hit. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound. 6 up save. Can he do it again? Yes, he can. Right.
He's now the new Lucky McPlucky.
He'll never be Lucky McPlucky. Light Skyhook. Same target. Let's bring this Bloodletter down. It shouldn't take 3 Arcanauts to kill 1 Bloodletter, but it is. Right. 1 shot. 4s. It's a 3. Having cleared the lines, I don't think I want to do any charges because I've just taken out 7? 7 of the enemy. So that means that you're guaranteed to lose bad guys.
At least 2.
So I think on that we'll go on to Battle Shock test.
No, 3.
So 7 plus 5 is 12, minus 5 is 7. You're going to lose 7 models.
I've only got 9, so
You've got 9 left.
3.
3 Blood Reavers have gone. They flee in terror.
6, 7.
And that leaves 2 Bloodletters left on the field. Right, roll off to the next
He's
turn.
Lucky McPlucky, see?
4, 2. I get the double turn. Excellent. Moving on to Karajan Overlords, turn 3. Dwanbor has used his command ability in the hero phase to re-roll hit rolls of 1, and everybody has moved forwards, and they are going to throw ether shot round after ether shot round into the Bloodletters. Every single Kharadron Overlord has Bloodletters in range and in their sights. Let's move on to the shooting phase. Dwanbor himself is going to kick things off in the shooting phase by shooting the big fart gun at the Bloodletter on the left. So this will be 3d6 shots, and that is 9. 4s and 4s, because you won't get a save against this because it's minus 2 rend. Re-rolling 1s, and that is 5 hit. Wounding on 4s, that is 4 wounds, so minus 2 rend. The other one.
You saved Lucky McFlucky till last.
And then the Fart Squirter. Etheric Fumigator, D3 shots for 2, hitting on 3s. Yep, both hit. Wounding on 2s, both wound, and that's minus 2 rend as well. Oh no, sorry, minus 1 rend. He gets 2 6-up saves.
First one.
Here's a 6. He's
Second
made
one.
it again. Ah, his luck finally runs out.
So he just starts.
He saved, was that 3, 4 6-up saves?
3 6-up saves. So yeah, he starts wandering off, and all of a sudden,
He gets farted in the back. Rewards of battle. So a major victory. And because this is the campaign, I get to generate a random command ability that I can use in the next battle, which is the final battle. And I rolled a 6, which is Indomitable Will, which means I can attempt to unbind a spell. That's not going to be really useful against a Khorne army with no wizards. And then on to the rewards of battle itself. I managed to get an 11, which means I can roll a d6 for extra renown instead of a d3. And I got 1. So, whereas Joshua got an extra 2 renown. So I've
extra
got
3.
extra
I got
3
5.
renown. Sorry, I beg your pardon. 3 renown. So you've got
9 renown.
9 renown to spend on the next battle, and I have got 11.
I got something.
You managed to take out 2 Arcanauts. But yeah, fair play. That was you managed to do more action in that one game than you've done in the entire campaign so far, I think. And I think being able to start that bit closer has helped on that particular one, because yeah, I think you start 15 inches away from my lines. 3-inch deployment zone, and I'm 6 inches from the inside of the from the centre of the board. But yeah, how many 6-up saves did that Bloodletter make at the end?
3.
3 6-up saves. That's the luckiest Bloodletter ever. I think Tzeentch has got his hand in there. Oh, I'm wearing my Tzeentch shirt, but yeah, nothing to do with what's going on. Anyway, but yeah, you did finally take out some Dwardin, some Caradron Overlords, but
The
it was
pesky
still...
blighters.
Yeah, your rerolls didn't really help either. You ended up burning most of those in the charge phase, and then the ones that you used in the combat phase didn't really help you either, did they?
No.
But yeah, I think on the next game you'll still get 5 rerolls as well. So let's see if they help you out any in the next game, which is the final battle, the decider. Whoever wins that last battle wins the campaign, regardless of who's won what so far. It's all about the final battle. So I've got 11 renown to spend. You've got
9.
9. That's not bad. So yeah, you will still have 5 rerolls to spend in the next game. I don't have to buy any more Caradrons because I've just about got enough to add more reinforcements to my force without having to buy any more. So I haven't got an excuse to buy any more. But yeah, I managed to speed paint those Arcanauts in, for me, what is record timing. I think I painted them in just over a day. So getting them washed, getting them glued together, getting them undercoated, primed, base coated, shaded, highlighted, based, varnished. I finished varnishing them at 8:30 this morning. So yeah, bit of a speed painting job there, and it turned out all right. And I don't think I've got to buy any more or paint any more models for you. You've got plenty of Blood Warriors and Blood Reavers to choose from for your next game.
Yeah.
Shame you can't afford a Korrath still.
I could afford one in our side campaign, which unfortunately we're not doing on camera.
No.
It's the one I'm doing well at. I'm actually beating him very, very quickly.
Yeah, and then we found out that only this morning actually that yeah, Grand Alliance abilities are a thing in Age of Sigmar Skirmish. That's what happens when you read the rulebook. I think it's because when we first started playing Age of Sigmar Skirmish, we didn't have the full core rulebook. We only had the free rules that you could get for free off the Games Workshop website, which of course do not have the Grand Allegiance abilities in them. But now we've got the full core rulebook, we can use the main Grand Alliance abilities. But having looked at them, they wouldn't really have come into play because they might have done for you, maybe, because the one for Order is we can re-roll failed morale checks, and I think today, morale checks? Battle shock tests, 40k, Age of Sigmar. Yeah, re-roll battle shock tests. So they're effectively Space Marines. They know no fear. They re-roll failed battle shock. And in your case, it's if in the fight phase you are within 12 inches of your general, you roll a dice, and on a 6 up you get +1 to hit in the combat phase. And I don't think that's necessarily come into play. And if it had come into play, the chances of getting a 6 up, unless you're that lucky bloodletter, are pretty slim. So it probably wouldn't have come into play that much. But
Yeah,
there you go.
Pig and Caradron Overlords just keep
Shooting you.
Yeah, and I hate them.
Yeah.
I hate it when you're the running forward melee army going against a gunline army.
If you will choose a faction that is purely made up of blood-crazed psychopaths who just want to get in there with knives and choppy things, a bit like Ironjaws, then what do you expect? You need something that can shoot. Ironjaws can't shoot. And yeah, I'm doing quite badly as Ironjaws in the other campaign, but again, we haven't been using the Grand Alliance abilities. And we're now on to that particular scenario in the other one, so we haven't played that yet.
No.
And you'll be in the middle, and I'll be attacking you from all sides. But anyway, we digress. Thank you for watching. We'll look forward to filming the final instalment for you. And until next time, please continue to like,
comment,
and subscribe. And thank you for watching again, and God bless.